last night on the Golden Bachelorette.
Yes!
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 Ah! Got you! Broken arm! Boom! 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 Broken nose! Boom! 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 Broken nose!
Once a year, Dwight holds a seminar updating us on the newest developments in the world of karate.
Grab him!
Grab him!
Because, as we all know, the one thing that 1,000-year-old martial arts do all the time is change.
It's week 4 at the Golden Bachelorette Mansion, and get ready for an emotional one, which, well, I guess every week's like that, so get ready for just a regular, normal, tear-inducing week of the show. 'Cause this time we're going to be seeing some heart-wrenching exits, and I'm not even talking about the one teased in the previews. But to start this week in what's going to be a shortened episode, we'll be headed right into the group date. One that's going to be hosted by former Bachelorette Caitlin Bristow, and also accompanied by...
Hit it!
They even bring out the original Golden Chippendale dancers, who are here to train these guys to strip for a good cause, as this event is going to be in support of Stand Up for Cancer, a cause that's near and dear to Joan as her husband passed due to pancreatic cancer. Now, some men are absolutely terrified, others are thriving.
Actually, I feel very confident going into that because I feel like I still have few abs to show, so...
I mean, we saw. Last week we saw. So these guys then get to pick out their outfits, their characters, and accessorize to maximize their sexiness.
Do I look this better? Yeah, this better.
Whoa, okay, let's not get too sexy, Charles. It's not fair to the other guys. But I do have to say, I'm really digging the tourist dad vibe.
I'm young, energetic, and handsome.
Yeah!
Good heavens! Oh!
So it's now time for the show to begin, and production has gathered an audience full of all the local grand DILF lovers.
He's a dad I'd like to fool around with.
And this audience is ready to scream and shout as these golden guys come out to bear it all. But okay, whose idea was it to send out Jonathan first? Cause this man has the soul of a true Chippendales dancer. They're really gonna make the rest of these guys follow this? Well, after being inspired by that performance, we get shirt rip after shirt rip after shirt rip. Anyway, 10 out of 10, 1,000 times more sex appeal here than the strip group date from last season. Now as things then move into the night portion of the group date, while most of the guys talk strategy on how to properly rip a shirt,
I had practice. Now I know how to tear my t-shirt.
Is this your own?
No, I would never do that to my t-shirt.
Prada doesn't rip like that.
Prada doesn't rip like that.
well, Joan sits down with Chalk and expresses how pleasantly surprised she was to see him let loose. She didn't know if this was going to be a Chalk thing, but Chalk says it was all about the cause, one that's also near and dear to his heart because of his mother's cancer.
I mentioned to you the other night with my mother, and that's what I'm struggling with right now.
Yeah.
Is today was a reminder of it, and I'm going to be able to talk to her tomorrow, so.
And these two express how much they missed each other since their last date, and he says he's crazy about her.
Man, she makes me feel good.
Yours.
And I think the passion is there as well. So I'm just excited to, see where this goes.
So, even though others open up, like Mark about his wife Denise, who passed from cancer, or Keith, who opens up more of his shirt, it's that time with Chalk that stands out. And so, he gets the group date rose.
Chalk is the first person that I can picture a future with since John has passed away.
Oh, but whenever the show lets a big proclamation like that slip into an episode, it always comes at a cost. And as we move into the next day, right off the bat, we get a scene with Chalk looking upset.
My mother passed this morning.
She passed with George by her side at 4:45 this morning.
I'll come out there and we'll start taking care of stuff.
So Chalk breaks the news to the other guys, and he announces that he's going to leave. And as Joan arrives at the mansion for her one-on-one with Jordan, she's instead greeted by Chalk with the news. And she gets it. She even understands the guilt of not being there for her passing.
I was in another room trying to get a little rest. And I went into another room and I fell asleep. When I came back, I found him gone. So I know the guilt
Yeah.
So Chalk heads out to be with his family, just like Joan had to leave her season to go be with hers. And it's unclear if he'll be able to return. So, you know, a perfect start to Jordan's one-on-one, where here the two will be giving us the most frightening and painful ice skating performance since VOD on Ice.
I'm not often frightened, but I'm frightened right now. Oh, that hurt.
Yeah, if it wasn't clear before, Jordan doesn't really know how to skate. But what he does do is open up to Joan about his past marriage, one that he says he felt guilty for ending because of the kids they had together.
Till it wasn't good. And then, you know, there were some serious breaches of marital trust, and that kind of ruined the whole party, let's say.
And he says that even though his wife cheated on him, it's not as easy as, oh, you cheated on me, I'm done, goodbye. Especially when you have kids. Eventually, he and the kids moved out to a small apartment together, and really, this has just made Joan realize how important his kids are to Jordan. A quality she shares and something she wants in a partner. So they bust out REO Speedwagon, or at least two of them, for a celebratory song as Jordan earns himself a rose. Which means we're moving on to another quick one-on-one, because these episodes are now shortened, and this one is with Guy, where for this date, Guy's been invited over to Joan's place to do some cooking.
Do you know how to zest a lemon?
Why don't you remind me?
I'm gonna remind you how to zest a lemon.
Damn it. Come on, man.
Guy's an ER doctor.
Guy can work an ER room, but struggles to zest a lemon. A good reminder that big important jobs don't necessarily mean you're knowledgeable or good at everything. But cooking is something Joan loves to do, and she loves to do it with her family. So Guy's going to have to suck it up and get to frosting those cupcakes. Back at the mansion, Mark is on the phone with none other than Joey and Kelsey, telling them how much of a blast he's having. And boy, these contestants sure are allowed to have their phones. I guess production's not worried about these contestants and their socials.
Have you had a one-on-one, Dad?
No, not yet.
No one-on-one at this point? Oh, you know Joey and Kelsey are looking at each other like...
Wait, what? What was that look?
Should we tell him? I don't want to tell him. I think we should tell him. We're not telling him. There was no look.
Now, Guy and Joan then enjoy their dinner, and Guy talks about the end of his marriage, stating that it was once they were empty nesters and just had each other that they realized they weren't happy. And Guy just withdrew from everything.
And then, you know, kids came to me, and they all said how much they loved me, how much they appreciated me, and that they just really want me to be happy.
And Joan is a part of his new happiness too. So Joan gives Guy a rose, and we move on to the PreRose Ceremony cocktail party. However, there's still one thing worrying Joan. It's Chalk, and will he be able to return? Well...
Joan.
Oh my God.
How are you?
You're back.
Yes, I am.
I am so excited to see you.
Yes, Chalk is back, and he's here to tell Joan that all of this has made him realize he wants to open up more. Let that armor down, because that's what's important. And so, Joan is feeling better and is back to focusing on the rest of the show. Although, while she's locked in, other guys are not so much.
But so it's kind of a reminder of where we started, and it's exciting to think that, you know, with the common things that we do have in common, hopefully over time, you know, that if we get more time, which would be hopeful.
Well, Keith's gonna have to keep sweating, as that's the last impression he's going to leave before we head into the rose ceremony, where this one eventually comes down to either Keith, Gil, Dan, Gary, or Charles.
Keith.
Oh, well, we knew it had to be coming at some point. Gary is going home, our guy Charles is going home, and even Dan too, who didn't get quite the coverage as the other two, but...
Yeah, you know, I live alone, and the one with the group of brothers is pretty cool.
Oh, brutal. And of course, there's Charles. What a gem. We've seen it, Joan saw it, and certainly the other guys did too.
Mark! Oh, thank you.
What's up?
It's a different form of love. Yeah, I did find it.
Charles!
Thank you so much.
So that's it for this recap of week 4 of The Golden Bachelorette. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for more content. And until next time, Bachelor Fan Take out.
Yes!
Yes.
Yes! Yes!
Yes.
Yes! Back. Grab him!
Grab him!